Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a tag video. I was tagged by Micki Holes. If you have never seen her channel, I will link it down below. She goes by the nickname of Makeup Chef because she puts together makeup looks that are inspired by the food that she cooks. It's really, really cool. Go check her out if you haven't yet. But she tagged me to do the TMI tag. I had never heard of this before until she tagged me to do it. So we will do it now. It is 50 questions. Also, I just got a new cell phone. I'm finally out of, whatever century I was in. I was using a BlackBerry for a really, really, really long time. So now I have a new cell phone. I am using that today to try and film this video. To see if it gives me any better quality or better sound than my iPad would. I figured this would be a good video to film on this because, I don't have to worry about holding my hand close to you guys and seeing how swatches and color payoff is when I'm doing like unboxings, just in case it's not great. I'll see how it is after this video and you guys can let me know. So we will get straight into the tag because I don't want this video to be crazy, crazy long. So question 1, what are you wearing? Right now I am just wearing like a white eyelet tank top and black shorts. I have to work in a couple hours, so I'm just kind of lounging around the house right now. Question 2, ever been in love? Yes, I have, more than once actually, but I am still looking, I think, for like that ultimate, person that I am going to end up with. And I just feel like when I find that person and when I'm with that person and I do get married, that's going to just be a whole different level of love than what I've experienced at this point, because you can only judge based off what you've experienced. So do I think I've been in love? Yes. Compared to some of you who have like married your soulmate and are with them for forever, probably not. Question 3, ever had a terrible breakup? Yeah, I feel like there's always a lot of emotions in a breakup. So from that standpoint, of course, they're terrible. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to really go into details of any breakups that I've had, but I don't know. What defines a terrible breakup? I think it depends on each person. Was anybody like crazy or did anything dumb? No. Were they emotional? Yeah. Question 4, how tall are you? I'm not 100% sure. I'm somewhere in between like 5'4" and 5'5". If I ever say 5'5", my mom says no because she says she's 5'5" and I'm shorter. So I'll just say in between there. Question 5, how much do you weigh? I think it fluctuates, to be honest, depending on how much physical activity I've been getting, what I've been eating, like how healthy or normally not healthy, my time in the month. I fluctuate in a range of like 5 pounds, anywhere from like, I'll say on average, I'm about 110 pounds. I'm not a very big person in general, but it can go up and above, like above and below that. Question 6, any tattoos? As of 3 weeks ago, yes, I have one tattoo. I can't show you guys. It's on my rib cage in, I don't want to say like a really private place, but I also don't really want to show you. But yes, I got a tattoo 3 weeks ago. Any piercing? So I have my ears pierced and I have my belly button pierced. Again, I'm not going to show you my belly button because that's kind of weird, but yeah, so I don't know if these count as 1 piercing or 2 piercings and then a belly button, but that's what I've got done. Number 8, OTP. I didn't even know what this meant until I watched Micki's tag. Apparently it means original true pairing. How, like, out of the loop am I? So I guess for something like that, can I be super old school and be like Romeo and Juliet is the OTP? And I'm really angry because this show was over a long time ago, and the people that I'm talking about didn't even end up together, but in Gossip Girl, I always thought that Nate and Serena should have ended up together, and they didn't, and I feel like to this day, like, I'll go back and watch it, and it still bothers me that they're not together. Number 9, favorite show. Right now, probably The 100, but it's not on right now, it's sort of in between seasons. I also really, really like How to Get Away with Murder. I just caught myself up on that show. And my like all-time favorite series that ever happened and I'm sad it's over is Dexter. I've watched that series so many times all the way through. It's amazing. If you're looking for something to check out and you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you do so. Question 10, favorite bands. So this question is kind of like confusing. Like, does it actually have to be like a band or a group? In which case, you know, Backstreet Boys, Florida Georgia Line, James Barker Band are my favorite bands. But if it can just also be individual singers, then you can throw in people like Chris Young, Bruno Mars, who I actually just saw on Sunday night, and he is a phenomenal performer, like amazing in concert. Question 11, something you miss. I miss, like, when I was in how sad is this? I miss when I was in university and college, I miss doing homework. Like, I feel like sometimes I come home at the end of the night and I went to school for 8 years. So I was in such this frame of mind that, like, I would come home and I would sit down and I would turn on a TV show and I would sit and do homework for 3 hours, and now I come home and I have nothing to do. So I miss homework. Yeah, that makes me a kind of sad person, I feel, but, yeah, that's what I miss. I miss university, I miss college, and I miss homework. Number 12, my favorite song. Right now is probably Demi Lovato's Sorry Not Sorry. It plays a lot at work, and every time it comes on, I just find myself, like, singing along to it. Number 13, how old are you? I am 27. I will be 28 before the end of the year. I just have a late birthday. So number 14, what's my zodiac sign? I am a Sagittarius, but I do not, like, pay in or follow astrology at all. I do always kind of find it kind of fun to read what my horoscope says, but I normally just laugh at them later, because they never ever come true. Or if they do, it's just like, I'm like, it's a coincidence, it's fine, you can pretty much write anything. For all of you that do follow it, I don't mean to knock it at all, but I just don't. But I do find them fun to read. Number 15, quality you look for in a partner. I think I'm ultimately just looking to kind of, like, end up with, like, my best friend, someone who I can be totally open with and totally myself with, and know that they're not going to be judgy and that they're going to love me just for who I am and whatever. Obviously, it's really important that they're loyal and trustworthy also, but ultimately, I just want to end up marrying my best friend. Number 6, favorite quote. I don't know that I really have one, to be 100% honest, and I don't want to lie and be like, oh, this is my favorite quote, when realistically it's one that I probably just pulled off the internet like 2 minutes ago, so I don't have one. There's tons that, like, I've heard that are really good, but nothing that really obviously sticks in my head. Number 17, favorite actor. Again, I think that this depends on if you're talking, like, favorite actor in terms of who do I think is the best looking, or favorite actor in terms of talent. If I were going, like, more on the talent side, you know, Anthony Hopkins, Christopher Plummer, they're both amazing. More on the look side. And I mean, I guess he's pretty talented also. I could say Hugh Jackman. So we'll go with that. Number 18, what's my favorite color? My favorite color is blue. Number 19, loud music or soft music? Loud music, almost always. Actually, always. I was going to say, even when I'm at home, if I'm listening to music, it's in earbuds, and that's always really loud. Number 20, where do you go when you're sad? I normally go just, like, in my car, and I go, like, up north of where I live. It's, like, more, I don't want to say country, but, like, there's not as many houses and not as many lights, and it's more back roads. I just like to go for drives for, like, an hour and just clear my mind. Number 21, how long does it take you to shower? That depends. If I am going all out with, like, washing my hair and I have to shave my legs and everything like that, then probably 25 minutes. But if I'm just, you know, going in there to wash my hair and, like, get clean, probably 15. Number 22, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? Again, it depends. If I have to do everything from shower to dry my hair to put my makeup on to get dressed, then I like to give myself about an hour and a half, just so that I have time to just be mellow. I could probably do it in an hour if I was, like, in a rush. But if I'm just, you know, waking up in the morning, brushing my hair and putting makeup on, then half an hour. 23, ever been in a physical fight? Yeah, I have an older brother. We used to fight a lot. Even I feel like I used to get in fights with his friends a lot, so yeah, I have been, but not, like, so much so that I was, like, out on the street and got in a fight with somebody. Number 24, turn on. Again, I assume that this means in a relationship, intelligence is a really big turn on for me. I have a really, really hard time dealing with, this sounds bad, but like stupid people, I think is like a big pet peeve of mine. And I don't even mean like, I have a lot of like book education. I don't even mean that, but like people that have no common sense and no, you know, common courtesy, you know, that just don't think before they speak really, really bothers me. So anybody who's got a lot of intelligence and like, you know, shows that they have it really, really it's nice in friends and in relationships. It's nice. And a turn off, definitely cockiness. Like it's good to be confident. It's good to have confidence in yourself, but there is a fine, fine line between cockiness and confidence. And it's really easy to cross that line sometimes. 26, the reason I joined YouTube. I thought about it for a long time, and I'd actually had a lot of people tell me that I should because of how much makeup and stuff that I had. It took me a while to actually get around to doing it. It was just something to do for myself, something to kind of keep me busy now that I don't have school anymore, and it's just a creative outlet for me, and it kind of gives me an opportunity to like get to know a whole new group of people. I really like meeting people, and it's kind of hard. I live in kind of a small town, so I feel like everybody already knows everybody, so it's really nice to get to meet like all new people over the internet. Number 27, fears. I'm afraid of heights, but I've gotten over that quite a bit in recent, like over the past year or so, I've gotten over that. And then spiders, I'm really, really afraid of. I know I've watched a couple of these, and a lot of people have just been like fear of abandonment and loneliness. And I guess I'm afraid of that too, but at the same time, I'm quite an independent person, so I am okay being by myself. But I think there's a difference in I'm okay being alone and like you actually are 100% alone, because even though I'm happy just like sitting at home and doing my own thing and not being around people, that's not the same as like actually being alone, because I always know that if there's somebody I wanted to reach out to, somebody would answer me. So I guess in that sense, yeah, I'm afraid of being completely alone as well. But, you know. Number 28, the last thing that made you cry. I'm going to touch on this super quick because I don't want to cry again. We actually had to put my dog down last week. So that was the last thing that made me cry. I don't want to talk about it because it's so fresh. Or it might not have been... Yeah, it was last week. I was going to say, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, that's the last thing that made me cry. 29, last time you said you loved someone. Last night, I was at a staff party after work with a bunch of people that I work with, obviously. And I said I loved you to a bunch of them. Not in the romantic sense, obviously, more in the friendship sense. And then obviously I tell my family I love them all the time. 30, meaning behind your YouTube name. So it took me a long time to pick out what I actually wanted my YouTube name to be. And it's funny because the Sam Bam is just something that the girls at work called me because there was a couple girls named Sam and they were trying to distinguish us from one another. So they started calling me Sam Bam on like my envelopes for tip out and like on the schedule and that kind of thing. So that's where that came from. And now actually they call me Sam Jam, which is kind of weird, but that's basically where I got the name from. 31, the last book I read. I genuinely don't even remember. It was probably Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, if that's even the name. I think that was the last book I went out and like actively read, and I read it within like an hour. It's such an easy read. And prior to that, I had actually read Dan Brown's The Inferno because I wanted to read that before I saw the movie. So I think those are the last two. And then it says, number 32, the book you're currently reading. I'm not reading a book right now. I was reading like the Song of Ice and Fire series, and I got, I don't know, 3 books in, and I just kind of stopped. Not because it was bad, I just kind of had to go back to school. So that is something I would like to pick up again. I just have to find where it is in the chaos that is my room. 33, last show you watched. I watched How to Get Away with Murder, I think last night. I finished up the end of whatever season 3, I think that was on Netflix, so I am just waiting for the new season to come out now. 34, last person you talked to. If it means in person, my dad. If by text, then I've been texting people from work and like friends all day, so I don't know. It depends on how you mean that question. 35, the relationship between you and the last person you texted. Who is the last person I texted? I'm filming on my phone, so I can't check. I'm just trying to think. Oh, yeah, it's just a friend. Yeah, just a friend from work is who I've been texting. I was texting them about last night. That's who I've been texting. 36, favorite food. That's a tricky one. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. The favorite food. Probably like Alfredo pasta, or if I were to get really, really simple, then just bacon. Like, I am such a fiend for bacon at work. At the end of the night, they put like all the bacon up in like the window when they're doing all the cleaning, and I'll just go and sit there and like pick at it all night. Oh my God. You could win my heart with bacon. 37, place you want to visit. There's a couple. I would really like to go to Iceland. I also really want to do Italy and Egypt because I know so much about the history. I would like to go back to Greece, sort of, because I've been there before, but I went on a high school trip. So I would like to go of my own, like, will and whatever, and not be on such a strict schedule, get to do really whatever I want. 38, last place you were. The last place I was that wasn't in Canada was the Dominican. I went in January, I think, and I'm actually planning on going to Mexico in November, but I will let you guys know more about that if it actually happens. Number 39, do you have a crush? Yes, I do, and I'm not telling you who it is. Number 40, last time you kissed someone? Last week, I think? It depends. Again, it depends. Like, if you count, like, kissing my mom, yesterday. If you count, like, kissing girlfriends on the cheek when you leave them, yesterday. If you mean, like, kissing somebody in a more romantic sense, then last week. 41, last time you were insulted. I feel like I'm playfully insulted quite a bit. Like, that's just the kind of personality that I have. In, like, a more hockey community, we call it chirping. So, seriously insulted? I don't honestly remember the last time somebody seriously went out of their way to insult me. It's definitely happened, but not in a long time. But playfully, all the time, like at least a couple times a week. And it's just a sense of letting it roll off your shoulders because you know they're not being serious. And any time that you start to take it seriously, and I've let that person know, they're like, oh my goodness, no, I just meant it as a joke. 42, favorite flavor of sweet. Cherry. I don't like real cherries, but I love like the fake cherry taste. It's kind of weird. 43, what instruments do you play? I don't play any right now, but I used to play the drums, the piano, the clarinet, and the saxophone. But I haven't played any of them in quite some time. 45, favorite piece of jewelry. This one's a toss-up. It would either have to be my Pandora bracelet, which I don't have it on right now. Because my parents got it for me and they made a deal with me that when I got it, I wasn't allowed to put any charms on it. So every single charm on there was from somebody that I have some kind of a relationship with or something, and it meant something of that relationship. So I have one from my nieces that says loving aunt. I have one from my parents that's like a family tree. And then my best friend got me one. It's a heart, but it has like wings on it because I have an obsession with wings, which actually brings me to my second favorite piece, which is this one. It is like a feather ring. It's from Pandora as well. I bought it for myself as like kind of a reward for, you know, working off paying my student loans and getting an interview at the place that I ultimately do want to get my career started in. 44, last sport you played. If this means like last sport that I played on a team, then hockey. If it means like running around outside last sport I played, then probably just tossing a football around. 46, last song you sang. That's a good one. What country song was on in the car when I got out of the car last night? Oh, you know what it was? It was If I Die Young by the band Perry. That was the last song I sang. 47, favorite chat up line. The best one that I've ever heard, and I heard it a long time ago, and I really, it's so bad that it's good, and it's so funny and random. It just killed me. I was sitting somewhere, and a guy came up to me, and he said, hey, if you were a pirate, would you wear your parrot on this shoulder or this shoulder? And as he said it, he put his arm around me at the same time. It was the best thing I've ever seen, but then I was just like, no, and took it off because I was like, really good try, but not happening. 48, have I ever used it? No, I don't think I've ever used like a corny, cheesy pickup line. I've, hit on people out before, but I normally just go up to them and talk to them like a regular person. 49, last time you hung out with anybody. Last night, like I said, I went to a staff party, so I hung out with tons of people that work in my restaurant. And 50, who should answer these questions next? Okay. So I'm going to tag Meagan Westbury to do this. She's the same person that I tagged in my 50 beauty questions tag or whatever that thing was. I will link her channel down below, and I'm also going to tag Nichole Fisher. She is the one that her and I did the amazing swap together. I will link her down below. And also, if anybody watching has not done this tag and you have your own YouTube channel, then I challenge you to do this. And do it and post in my comments that you're doing it. Link me to your videos, whatever you need to do so that I can see it, because I love meeting new people over YouTube and talking to my subscribers and subscribing to other channels. And I want to get to know you guys as much as I want you guys to get to know me. So that is it for this. I'm sorry this is a little long, and we will check out how the video quality is for this, and I will debate if I want to continue to film on this or my iPad. Let me know if you guys have a preference, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.